Reggae Boys Commentary. Like, share and subscribe.
Alright Darren, thanks so much for driving up all the way from Sheffield to see me. How are you? How's the family doing?
Yeah, Simon, it's good to see you again. Here we are again, probably 3 or 4 years on since the last time. Obviously, last time I was in the Midlands. Up here now, I'm up here in Yorkshire. We're here in Leeds. And it's good to see you. Family's good, everything's fine. And I'm finding myself now, obviously, since the last time. To all my supporters back in Jamaica, obviously I suffered a real bout of real serious COVID, which had me hospitalised for a good few days, and I was really poorly with on my chest and the breathing. And as I'm asthmatic, so it was very difficult. But the hospital staff, and obviously I give God thanks for the healing. And here I am now back in managing Sheffield Wednesday and looking forward to what we're through hard work. We're hoping it's going to be a successful campaign.
Yeah, the last time we spoke, you were in between jobs, but you had an opportunity at Doncaster, now Sheffield. How's life in South Yorkshire compared to the Midlands?
Yeah, and a lot of people, you know, when I was managing at Sheffield, at West Bromwich Albion, you know, I took the job at Doncaster, and a lot of people thought, you know, why take the opportunity to drop to the level? But Simon, like I said to everybody, I just wanted to work. And just wanted to get back working and get back into management, and the opportunity came to do so at Doncaster, and we done really good with them for 2 seasons. And then of course we was in a real good position at Doncaster, and then Sheffield Wednesday came in for me, and with Sheffield Wednesday coming into me with the size and magnitude of the club, and having spoken to Mr. Chanzeri, the owner of the football club, it just made up my mind to feel that I wanted to come. My next destination stop was here at Sheffield Wednesday and managing this wonderful historic football club. So I'm really pleased to be here. Last year was almost a near on minor miracle in terms of when we started from where we finished, and we missed out in the last minute in the playoff final, semi-final should say. And then this year now we're back for the start of a new campaign, and at the moment the team's doing good, full of goals. Defensively we're good, so all round I'm very happy with where the team is at. I'm not completely satisfied, but I'm happy with the progress that we've made.
Yeah, if you look at the balance and the makeup of your squad, you have good quality players around you. Your skipper, Mr. Bannon, you know, yeah. And of course we had a brief talk about the likes of Marvin and other lads with the Jamaican heritage. I'm sure they've added value to the squad that you currently have.
Yeah, currently, you know, obviously we have our captain Barry Bannon's an exceptional player, and he epitomises what we're doing here. But within it as well, for the JFF, we have some wonderful players here in Tariq Backinson, that he's here playing, Marvin Johnson, Jaden Brown, you know, just to name a few really that's been here. Currently applying their trade here at Sheffield Wednesday, and if they can have a consistent season, Simon, then what's to say that they can't be part of the JFF preparations for the Gold Cup and World Cup to come. So, and you know, with me as a manager here, I would always endorse that to help the country as well as I possibly can, because that's what we want to do, see that success come back. Yeah, to the island, you know.
Of course, Jamaica has always been in your heart, and you've spoken as well about the likes of Damien Lowe and Michael Hector. But as you know, we have to rise in the rankings, don't we?
Yeah, you know, and it's wonderful. I think that the opportunity now should be for Jamaica to build that solidity, to build the structure, and now's the time to come where, you know, good decisions can be made in terms of the new head coach and the new structure in terms of implementing those younger players, implementing a new system and a style of play, and by gaining momentum in the Gold Cup, can see Jamaica as a country rise up in the rankings, which, as you know and as I know, will present a lot of opportunity for players here on the European shores, which is what we want. So, you know, we sit back in anticipation, but all the reports sound well in terms of how things are going there in Jamaica. It's great for me to be reading up on the positive elements of it, and hopefully this year, up and coming year, the end of this year, and certainly the new year, what's ahead, we'll see a lot of good fortunes for Jamaica.
Yeah, and just quite briefly on Sheffield Wednesday now, things are there. You know, I'm sure that the relationship that you have with the chairman and the backroom staff is, everyone is on the same page, if you understand what I mean, and it's a clear objective to, you know, try to get promoted.
Yes, that's the ultimate aim, really. As I said, you know, myself and Mr. Chanzeri, the recruitment team, the secretaries, we're all on the same page. We understand the difficult season that's ahead of us, because in the third tier of English football there is probably 8 or 9 clubs that's been in the Premier League, so we know the standard and the level that we have to achieve and maintain over a consistent period over this campaign. But at the moment we've made a good solid start. We know we have to maintain it through the months of November and December, and then you get to January, then you have a look where we are, and if you can keep that consistency and that momentum going up until March, then it puts you in with a good chance. But at the moment we're just taking it, the old cliche, Simon, is one game at a time, which is what we're doing, and at the moment things are looking good.
Yeah, and you spoke briefly about the lads with the Jamaican heritage. You know, you've had a chance to work with them intimately on a day-to-day basis. You know, just wanted to get an insight of how their work ethic is like on the pitch and off the pitch, and if they'll be good value to Jamaica.
Yeah, I think they've all got the capabilities of playing. What they have to do, like I've been saying to them all along, is the key to it is, if you want to represent on international honours, your club form has to be consistent. And you have to be playing at a level, because the competition's so great. The players, if they continue doing what they're doing now, Simon, then it would provoke and ask a question of the head coach to have a look at these players. As I said, we have 3 or 4 here that could represent Jamaica, and I'm sure if the opportunity came for them, if they're playing consistent football, I'm sure they'd grab the opportunity.
And I'm sure at some point you'll have a brief chat with our good friend Paul Hall as well about the time he had with Jamaica and some players that he worked with as well on the island.
Yeah, there's some wonderful young players within on the island that Paul has worked with, and players that he's alluded to me in terms of real good players there that I'm keeping my eye on them. I'm keeping the reports close to me with them. And also at the same time, I'll be talking to him further, because obviously with his experiences in managing the JFF for the period of time he's got some experience there as well. So I'll be speaking to him and seeing what his experience was from his own point of view, and where he's learned from it going forward. And then, you know, we can look at it, because obviously I keep saying, if there's players there in Jamaica that I feel is right to bring here in England and into Europe, then I won't hesitate. And I know there's some real top young talents there, and I'll be keeping a real close eye on them. And of course, when me and you speak, you as well always allude to the players and how well they're doing over there.
Yeah, and how great is it that, you know, so much former national players are getting these coaching opportunities? You know, yourself, Sheffield Wednesday, Paul Hall, QPR, Ricardo Gardner's getting his badges done at Preston. You know, how great is it that, you know, so much former players are entering the coaching arena? Wonderful,
Simon. It's great to hear that so many players, former players, are taking their footballing careers on the pitch into management and coaching. The more the better. I'll encourage even more. The more of us, it is better getting in, because we have such a vast knowledge and ability in terms of how we've served the game and how the game's been so kind to us. And we want to obviously give that back to the younger ones coming through and implement that the talent that they've got, and to give them the experience and the coaching and the learning development as well, can only bode well. So it's great to hear that, and long may it continue, and long may more and more of former players become coaches and managers.
Yeah, and you're aware of the deep depth we have in terms of the UK-based players, the domestic-based players. So 2026 is a real opportunity for Jamaica to stamp their authority and qualify for the next World Cup.
Exciting, it's really exciting, and qualification And we look at the Gold Cup to reaching in those advanced stages and looking probably even to go and try and win it. Why not? Set the bar high, but certainly as well for the World Cup. I think a qualification into the World Cup is a real serious contender, really, in terms of the young, talented players and the blend of players that we've got available. And I think once, like I said, the structure's in place and everything else, and the development of the squad, there's so much pool of talent to pick from and choose from, right across through the balance of the team, from Premier League right through the football leagues here. So I'm quite excited and buoyed by over the next couple of years for Jamaica, and I think everybody on the island should be really, really excited in terms of the prospects and talent of players and the pool of players that is available to be selected. Obviously, it's just selecting the right ones, but I'm sure those decisions will be made right.
Yeah, and I'm sure you have a demanding job right now, but I'm sure at some point post-season you perhaps want to come to the island, catch up with the locals and see some of the young talents, raw talents on the island.
Without a doubt, since obviously post-COVID, I've missed coming to the island in Jamaica. It's been the longest I've ever been away from the island, so I will definitely be out there. And not only would I be out there in terms of taking a vacation, but also at the same time, I'll be checking on all of the local talent there, and I'll be doing my own homework for the purposes of the football club, because as well as that, I'm trying to develop the football club here. I'm trying to make the club even better and take it onto a better level. But also I'm hearing in Jamaica, there's some players there as well that could certainly help us along the way in terms of getting there. So I'll be doing a lot of my homework and checking out the local players there and making sure that I don't miss anything.
Yes, and as you know, the budget perhaps of a League One club is not necessarily the same of a Premier League club, but I'm sure you'd love to bring over some lads, even if it is to train, just to see and get that exposure of the English game, training week in, week out.
Yeah, and as we know, Simon, that the pyramid of English football is a place to come and play your football, and we know the vast opportunities that can come from the English pyramid. We know of players that are playing their football right from the Premier League right through all 4 divisions here, and it's great to see. So in terms of what the English football can do for the local talented players in Jamaica, there's so much that can be an opportunity here for them, and I would always endorse that. Obviously I can't speak about players because they're all under contract or in there, and I'll never do that because that would be the unprofessional thing to do. But it doesn't stop me from checking out the local talent and the opportunity. And if there is an opportunity that I could bring them here and work with them, then I'd love that.
Yeah, and of course, as you said, you're under contract, so it would be disrespectful to talk about other teams or players. But as you said, Jamaica is always in your heart. So at some point, long term in the future, will you love to assist Jamaica in any capacity? That might be coaching or any other aspect?
Simon, I've always said from my perspective that I would always, at whatever capacity I could help Jamaica to be better and to lend my support and services to them, then you know that I'm all for it, really, to see that for the country, because I have a love, my heart is for the country, and the biggest thing for me is to lend my experience in bringing that continuity, that development, and making things better, and that's where I'm at the moment. So I would definitely endorse it. They've known this for many years, and I'll continue to say that.
Yeah, and as you know, there's a new man in the hot seat, but I'm sure you'll wish him all the best in this capacity.
Absolutely, wish him all the very, very best. And as I said, the excitement for me as well is sitting back and watching and seeing things develop. And all the reports and everything, Simon, all bodes well. And I wish him all the very, very best. And certainly I hope to see all the local Jamaican people real soon over there, and and I look forward to catching up there when I come and visit the island.
Yeah, and you spoke about the players as well. You know, you like the likes of Leon Bailey, Antonio, Ethan Pinnock, all in the Premier League. You know, this bodes well for Jamaica moving forward to have the vastly experienced lads in the squad.
And it's good as well for the people of Jamaica to, when they look in the Premier League, they can see there's international players that represent the country playing in the Premier League. So it's wonderful, and that's what I'm saying. The opportunities for those players, those local players, to come and play, and they've got the talent and the ability, and they can do it. So they mustn't think to themselves that it's not an impossible thing to do, because it's possible. With that work rate, that consistency, that hard work and that dedication is possible. And they're seeing the players playing in the Premier League, and not just playing in the Premier League, doing very well in the Premier League. So it's wonderful to see, and as I said, there's more players here that's probably not got the exposure of the Premier League that's doing really, really well, and long may that continue.
Yes, Reggae Boys commentary, like and subscribe, yeah? Reggae Boys commentary, like, share and subscribe.
Reggae Boys commentary, subscribe, like and share.